When you think of the American Wild West, what do you see? Cowboys, shootouts, horses, maybe some cacti, maybe a few saloons? I'm sure you can name plenty more. But what about camels? Do you think of camels when you think of the American Wild West? You know how much I love to talk about history seemingly changing on this channel, and today is no different. Did you know we had camels roaming the Wild West in America across the states of Texas, Arizona, California, as well as some in Alabama and Mississippi? Sure, why not? These camels were initially introduced into the American Southwest in 1865 when the US Army decided that camels would fare better than horses in desert-like conditions. It would take 5 days to do a loaded trip with a mule, but only 2 days with a camel. Also, 6 camels could do the work of 12 horses in 42 hours less time. There's also the fact that camels could travel carrying heavy loads in terrain that was too tough for wagons to get through. There were even multiple times that the camels found water when everyone else was dying of dehydration. They simply knew where to look. All this made it seem like a pretty great idea, and camels were imported multiple times over the years into the United States. But there were problems. First of all, they had a horrible body odor. It was written to be incredibly offensive to the nose and even scared away horses. Meaning they couldn't keep the camels in the same stable as horses, they required their own. The odor was so bad that on some Nevada routes they were even banned from traveling. Secondly, the camels had a nasty disposition and would spit cud when upset. Yet despite all of this, they mostly worked out. So the years passed, the railroads were built, and the camels kept changing hands. The mission they were needed for finished, and it was time to move on. Some escaped, some were freed, some went to California, some went to Mexico, and some somehow ended up in Canada. No, I'm not joking, look. And most bizarrely, in the hands of Confederate troops during the Civil War. Sure, why not? Take a look at this picture. Tell me that this was a real thing that actually happened. I swear our timeline keeps getting weirder and weirder. There was even a gravestone for one beloved Confederate camel. The most horrifying detail about these camels were the feral ones that escaped and terrorized random ranches in towns in the American Southwest. One coming to be known as the Legend of the Red Ghost, a terrifying monster that attacked and trampled humans, ate children, and stalked small towns. Who knows if any of that was true, but imagine someone who had never heard of or seen a camel before, and then a camel walks up. Think of the legends this would have created. Maybe this was always true, and the vast majority of us simply never learned about it. So my question to you, did we actually have camels in the Wild West and during the Civil War in America? It's more likely just some bizarre and mostly unknown history, but these days, I don't know what to believe anymore. What's real? What's fake? What's fact? What's fiction? Everything seems to be blurred today. There's realities and alternative realities. It's seemingly getting harder to pin things down. Sometimes it feels like the past is being retconned with these strange updates, but maybe life has always been weirder than we could imagine.